Korean people's niceness to their friends is killing you guys. Now, I like the idea. I love this. One of the things I like about Korea, and one of the things I think that works well, it's not just Korea, I think in Japan too, but this idea of just be nice to other people. Okay, and there's many ways that Korean people are not nice to other people, but there's this general idea that you should be nice to your friends, you should be considerate of your friends, and then they should be considerate to you, and everyone's happy, right? And I love that idea. And it's not like Americans are mean, but in some ways we are. I have another video to make about that, about how kind of, one of the things I don't like about Americans is that we're just mean, almost for no reason except to be mean. That's kind of part of our things. And it helps us too sometimes to be mean to each other. And I'll talk about that and all that stuff. But right now I want to talk about this Korean idea of kind of niceness, which is, I hear it a lot, which is like, I don't want my friend to be uncomfortable. Right? Which is great, that's fine. But in some ways it kills you. So first, I'm going to talk about how my Korean friends and Korean people in general trying to be nice to me hurts me. And then I'm going to talk about how Korean people trying to be nice to other Korean friends is actually hurting them. So we have this expression in English, it's called your comfort zone. Oftentimes we say, you should leave your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. The idea of a comfort zone is this. You have this area where you're very comfortable. Like maybe your workplace, how you talk to your friends, where you go, what you do. Like kind of this idea of like you go to work every day from 9 to 5. And then you hang out with the same friend every Saturday. And every Saturday you guys go to the same restaurant. And every Sunday you do the same thing. And this kind of course in life, I mean, everyone does it, right? Everyone has this repeated action that we do, which is go to work, meet a certain friend, meet your wife, meet your girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And we have this kind of ongoing action that we just keep doing because it's so natural for us. That's kind of our comfort zone. And it's even in work sometimes, like, if you're a designer and you always use the same colors and use the same archetype to make everything or something like that, right? So a lot of times we say you should leave your comfort zone, because if you leave your comfort zone, you're going to try something new, and it will be uncomfortable. And the idea is that you're kind of scared of doing it, right? Because it's not comfortable. So if you leave your comfort zone, it's going to be kind of scary and kind of weird, but maybe you discover something new, and maybe you learn something, and maybe you kind of grow as a person, right? So we say this a lot. If my friend is kind of doing the same pattern over and over again, I say, hey man, you need to leave your comfort zone. And it means basically try something new. So let me give you an example. Like, when I'm in Korea, I'm going to make another video entirely dedicated to this, but when I'm in Korea, I want to speak Korean. I'm trying really hard to learn Korean. And it's hard for a lot of reasons. Number one, I'm super old, so that makes it hard to learn new English. But number two, English and Korean are very different languages. But this other problem that I have is when I come to Korea, people won't speak Korean to me often. Like, I was in France a long time ago to improve my French. And when I'm in France, I just speak French and people speak French back to me. People almost never speak English back to me. And that's a whole other story that I'll put in my other video. But so when I'm in France, it's this idea that you have, which is I'm going to learn this country's language. And then I'm going to go to the country and I'm going to use the language in this very natural way, and then I'll naturally learn a bunch of their language. As an English speaker, that is not very easy in Korea. So I complain to my other Korean friends about this all the time. Like if I go to a restaurant and I order in Korean, they'll sometimes, not at a restaurant that often, or not at a cafe that often, but if I ask someone for directions in Korean, in Korea, they'll respond to me in English. I'm trying to think of other examples, but if I'm just talking to a random person in Korea, in Korean, they respond to me in English. And it makes me crazy because I spend so much time learning Korean, I spend so much effort, and I want to have at least the ability to go to Korea and to have a normal conversation with someone. I want to at least have the ability to be able to ask for directions and receive directions in Korean. This is the stuff that I worked so hard for, and I can't because people often just respond to me in English, and it makes me crazy. Now, when I explain this to my Korean friends, they say, oh, I know, but they just want you to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. This is an example of how I want to leave my comfort zone. English is my comfort zone. I want to leave it so I can experience new things and so I can learn Korean. This makes me crazy. And this is an example about Korean people trying to be nice to me. Basically, especially in the specific way, which is Korean people trying to make things comfortable for me and how it hurts me. Now, here's the other thing. This is how Korean people making their friends feel comfortable to other Korean people is hurting you guys. A lot of the times, I see this so much, and it's one of the things I'm trying to kind of fight with my videos, but Korean people often kind of worship Western culture in so many ways. You guys think, oh, it's so great in America, it's so great in Europe, you guys have this free life, and even Korean people trying to, I think especially companies, trying to imitate Western ideals and Western things, like in a very direct way, because we're so amazing in some way or whatever, which is sometimes, I guess, kind of true, but it's mostly bullshit, right? But one of the things that Korean people often love about foreigners is how seemingly outgoing we are, seemingly free-flowing our social life is. And I explained this in another video, is one of the things that I think we do well is how we mix new friends together, which we do very well. And in that video I say, like, okay, the way that I meet new friends is I have a friend, and then he introduces me to his other friends, and then I make new friends with his friends, and then I've made new friends there, and then I introduce my friends to those new friends. We all just kind of mix together in this natural way. And I said, I think Korean people should do this too. And I got a bunch of comments on that. And you know, this is why I'm making this video. I got a bunch of comments which were, you know, I want to do that, but I don't want my friends to be uncomfortable. Or I did do that. Once I did have my 고등학교 친구 meet my 대학교 친구, and they met each other, and it was so awkward. The reason we're able to not be awkward in that situation is that we've practiced it many times. I've tried many times. There's been many times where I'm meeting my friends' friends, and it was awkward. And practice makes perfect. After you do this 10, 20, 100 times, you get good at meeting new people and making it so it's not awkward. That's how a lot of Westerners have gotten good at meeting new friends. And the problem is, in Korea, you guys stop that from happening because you're trying to be nice. You are trying to make sure none of your friends are uncomfortable. You're trying to make sure your 고등학교 친구, your 대학교 친구 don't meet each other because it might be uncomfortable. Guess what? Leave your comfort zone. Okay, this specifically happened to me with my best friend in America. When we met in high school, I was this outgoing, funny, blah, blah, blah guy. He was this really pretty shy guy. And now he's not a shy guy. Now he has these people skills, which are the skills that people say are so important. You know, you always want to put down your resume about how, like, you have people skills and you can work with new people well and blah, 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 blah. And they are important skills. And the way that we learned it naturally with me and my other American friends is we got forced in the situation. I didn't care. I mean, I never thought about this, but somewhere deep inside of me, my friend was very shy, and I wanted him to not be shy anymore. So I'd bring him new people. I'd be like, hey, dude, talk with them. I know you don't know. Talk with them. Go. And when he sat there, he was shy. But he had done it by now. He's done it so many times. He's not a shy guy anymore. And now he kind of has communication and people skills. And this is the thing that Korean people's niceness is stopping you guys from learning. Maybe this is one of the reasons why Americans are so good at people skills and Korean people are not. So the moral of the story is, please make people feel uncomfortable sometimes. Make people leave their comfort zone, because sometimes it actually helps them. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate this video, give it a thumbs down. If you love me or you hate me, please subscribe. Leave a bunch of comments. Look, man, I made this video because of the comments. I saw the comments and I was like, I'm going to not argue, but I'm going to combat that idea. And that's why I made this video. So please leave a lot of comments. Also, my videos are way less popular these days. So please share them on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever the hell you do. But I think one of the big things is if you have 20 group chats, just Share a link to my videos in those group chats. I think it helps a lot. You can tell them that you love me. You can tell them you hate me. You can tell them I'm the biggest moron ever, but at least I'm interesting or something. And please put those in your chat rooms. And yeah. Oh, remember, please have a super awesome day.